Stitch Gang number 5. This is your host, Frank Rodriguez, and I have my co-host, my only black friend, Tyrone DK, and the Black Paul Rosenberg. We are going to listen live to Heartbreak on a full moon, and I guess the format will be we'll listen to each song and then live and then talk about it. So you could either listen straight through, or if you'd like, pause and then go to your Spotify and listen to the song we just listened to and then listen to our reaction. We've never listened to this. You listened to a few tracks, right, Tyrone?
Well, I listened to like the first 2 and the single Pills and Automobile.
Okay, but mostly it's going to be fresh or rotten, as it were, or whatever. Yeah, why did you look up? I meant to do some research. Like, why does Chris Brown think the world needs a 2.5-hour Chris Brown album?
Well, I'm looking, and it seems as though this thing was announced last year, like last May. And for some reason, and I'm assuming it's because he wanted to make everybody feel terrible, he decided to wait and release this record, which comes in at a little under 3 hours long. No, it comes out in like, what, 2.5?
2.5.
158 minutes.
2.5.
Yeah, about 2.5.
This is going to be more Chris Brown than I've listened to in my life. Like, I don't think I've listened to Look at Me Now for 158 minutes total.
I think maybe an hour. I think I've maybe heard a total of Chris Brown songs.
Yeah, but like listening to Chris Brown, not this much. So yeah, this also Problematic Bastards of Rap Part 2. Even though he's a singer, he's kind of a wannabe rapper too.
He rapped on Look at Me Now.
Yeah, I like that song. It was kind of like the concept of that song was like he couldn't really rap, and then he had this verse, and then Busta Rhymes comes in and it's like, all right, listen up, little guy. I'm going to show you how it's done. And then he starts doing it.
And then Lil Wayne has a verse on that one, too, doesn't he?
There was a Rolling Stone article about Lil Wayne, and before the song came out, they detailed him recording the verse, and he actually wanted the song for himself, and Chris Brown wouldn't give it up.
Oh, wow.
He has a good ear, though, so that would have been a good move, grabbing that song. So, yeah, I've heard the Kodak song. I think there's a song with Future and Young Thug on it. I listened to it, and it's I mean, we'll get to it, but I mean, I didn't really like it. Whatever, yeah, 158 minutes. So, first song, Lost and Found. Let's go.
I just cut it off 20 seconds.
Whatever.
Because it was like an outro, and I was like, dude, this is 30 seconds of this shit. Just gradual fade out. I was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the first track, Lost and Found. I downloaded the clean version, but I'm not going to bother downloading the explicit version, because that's a little less Chris Brown, you know? I don't have to hear him say 20,000 words. I can just hear, I don't know, 19,000.
Is it like a clean version in the sense that like they bleep out the words, or do they do like the reverse word?
It's sort of blanking it out more than it's not the reversal.
Oh, okay.
That's bad for the sonics. So yeah, we have this very thoughtful guitar thing going on. It's Drake influence for sure.
I couldn't help but think about how absolutely underwhelming that song is as an album opener. But who knows? Maybe it's set.
Yeah, it's actually kind of just this is like the 13th track on a regularly, on a 19-track album,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
This should actually be like after the songs that people maybe heard, and this is kind of like, oh, it's a quiet
It should have come after, something more energetic. Yeah,
you're almost done having sex with your boo, and you're not really paying attention to what's playing. So yeah, that's it. Next song.
Oh my goodness,
he's on.
Oh.
You done? Okay, so Privacy, second track.
This is a single too. I think this is like the first or second single from this record.
It says second single.
Yeah.
It's actually, first of all, let's start with, it's actually a good song.
Yeah, oh yeah. I think we both had a good time following around with the lyrics. Dude, breezy. A little freak, bro.
I mean, what? I just heard you laughing while I was listening. What were you laughing at?
Let me see. It's like, I mean, well, because he just like, out of nowhere, I didn't know the context of the song, but there's a lot about licking private parts, but the line, "Why are pussy so damn good, Miss Lady?" and then he starts talking about picking the booty up so he can eventually lick it and all this shit. And I wasn't aware that this was going to be a sexual song at all.
I mean, any song can turn sexual. I was laughing at licking your private parts. I've never heard. I don't know why you would ever put that phrasing on record.
Mm-hmm.
It just sounds. I mean, that's kind of like juvenile term. So who are you talking to? I was also laughing at
Play everything.
I love foreplay. I love 12 play.
So good.
Everything. It's like if you're making this joke about 12 play, then
yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you know what foreplay means. Foreplay is its own thing, and it's very important.
He just wants to show to you, regardless of whether or not it's plausible, that he really is down with foreplay. Yeah. He's
Yeah, I'm really into foreplay. Okay, I think you need to respect foreplay though. That's my opinion. And then we have an uncredited verse at the end. It's the most generic rapper verse. I don't even know who that is. Genius will probably say.
No, neither does
No, Genius doesn't even say who it is.
What the hell?
It's an uncredited verse. It's so generic it couldn't be credited. It kind of ruined it actually. I think they should have left that off. But anyway, it's kind of bouncy and
yeah. I actually didn't mind it, to be honest.
It's
with you.
good for the club.
I was laughing, but I was also really, really grooving,
Yeah, it's a great single. Okay, next song. So that was Juicy Booty, the third track. Very consciously an old school kind of track. Problematic times two. Yeah. There was like an interpolation of the California, the Tupac song. That song's called California Love, or whatever song,
and
that song
also
interpolates.
Nice, more or less shout out to Juicy by Biggie, and some of the it's some weird nuanced ways, like in particular, like a drum beat. I can't remember after one of the courses, just the way.
I didn't notice that.
The beat. What'd you think, Frank?
Jenny Aiko's verse, man, that was something else. You got the greatest dick of all time. You are the greatest of all time.
I like to give you a hard time.
That's. I mean, I wonder who wrote
that. Honestly, that was the exact same thought I had, especially after that.
Yeah, that's like the most interesting question about this song. Did she come up with this herself? I mean, it is like an ideal situation if someone they have a huge dick and they're really great at sex. I mean, that's not hard to come up with, but maybe I wouldn't do it on like Chris Brown's song.
And then there was a line that reads, "If you could get it in and put it in, touche, I ain't never scared." Like I think after that line, I was like, who the fuck wrote this and why is she agreeing to sing this?
That was that's kind of like a winking,
and it also sort of paid homage or
directly
stole from recent Bruno Mars tracks. I got like a 24 karat. I got like a little hint of that in the production as well. But overall, not bad, dude. That's 2 in a row that I did not hate, man.
All right, next track. Okay, that was the 4th track. Questions. Short and...
Yeah, sweet, dude. I kept thinking to myself, like, wow, I would probably listen to this again. And then I was like, well, I could just listen to the Kevin Little song.
Yeah, you could just listen to Turn Me On. I mean, the the first time they interpolated it in the first verse, it was like, oh, that's kind of cute. It did go on for like 2 lines too long. And it was kind of just to set up that whole dance hall fake patois that he was doing throughout. And then they did it again at the end of the song. It's like, dude, write your own fucking song. And then the chorus is like, there's nothing in it. It's just, let me ask you a question. Yeah. All right. Okay.
And then the rest is basically Turn Me On. Yeah.
I recommend Turn Me On. That's a great song. All right. Coming up next is the titular song, Heartbreak on a Full Moon. Okay, 5th track on a full moon. This probably should have been the intro, right? It sounds like an overture.
Well, Frank, all I can say is Chris is expressing how the breakup has left him to feel, as though he is like a wolf in the moonlight crying for a companion. I didn't hate it, man. Yeah.
No, I really like this. He didn't rap or anything, so it's kind of more towards his strengths. The beat, that guitar was way better than the guitar in the actual track, and it was going for kind of a similar vibe. But it was just, it was a really sweet vibe that they were playing with. I loved his ad-libs. Like, it was like throughout the song, and then they did it at the end, kind of using his throat a little bit.
Very sensual song.
Yeah, it was really good. Also, shout out to whoever wrote "It Hurts to Hear You Say It," especially under the moonlight. Or it hurts to hear you say it under the moonlight. I really like that one.
The second verse is only 4 lines long, and I was kind of scrolling through here looking to see who it was written by and what have you, and like I freaked out because I was like, "Where the hell is this?" And then I was like, "Wait, the verses are really super short."
Yeah, there's not a lot of words in the verses. Yeah, he just kind of sings them out, and
I'll listen to that chorus again.
I enjoyed this whole song. It's this is good shit. This should have been the first track. You get rid of all the other songs except for except for Privacy so far.
I'm noticing now that we probably could have saved ourselves 2 minutes if they would stop with the gradual fade outs over 25 seconds. And yes, I am taking note of how much time is wasted at the end.
I think by the end, I think that's going to start getting to us. We finished track 5 out of 45. So let's go next one. Number 6, Roses. That was the track. He kind of went from singing style, transitioned to the rap, and the rap wasn't that bad. And the beat changed up with the vocal samples coming in, and overall, pretty good.
It seems as though Poom Poom is something we might be hearing throughout this record.
Yeah, he's been listening to a little dance hall doing a Drake 2 years late or something like that. He's like 2 years behind on the trend.
Hey man, he's just trying to realize his vision, man, and it took him some time, but
or maybe he's using leftover Rihanna writers. He can't get them on the first pass, maybe.
Yeah, these are all just like pass-ups they've gotten, denials and what have you.
You're right. Yeah. Also, that pussy make a nigga wiser. Oh shit! Credit to whoever wrote that. You know, it's like a deep pussy. It's a well of knowledge. It's enveloping. That's that makes me want to experience this. You know. I would say that this is one of the better tracks here.
I'll probably get sick of it in about another 6 songs, but I mean, honestly, these tracks, the past few tracks, have been very pleasant.
Next track. So that was the 7th track, Confidence. Kind of some easy listening steel drums and kind of the more breathy style.
Man, I didn't mind that one at all, honestly.
Yeah, it was kind of meh, whatever. Were you laughing also at the 50 Shades?
The 50
like,
Shades.
Who is he trying to appeal to now? Like 35-year-old white women? Yeah. I bet he's not even read the book or seen the movie. He's just heard about it and seen the trailer and was like, well, if these lyrics were even written by him, but
now I'm just getting random visions of Chris Brown as a leather daddy right now.
It's weird because he just says 50 Shades, but nothing else on the track even hints at S&M. Whatever. I'm no S&M. I'm not an expert or anything, but yeah, we got more dirty wine on the chorus. Yeah, this is a song. Next song. Okay, that was the 8th track, Rock Your Body. He went full dance hall patois, Drake on one dance with it. He was only hinting at it. He was trying to get us. He was warming us up for it.
Yeah, that's one of the less risque songs we've heard thus far.
Yeah, it's kind of a throwback 80s dance instructional song. Go forward, go back, and forward. Ah!
Pull it to side like 5-0. Whatever do you think he's talking about?
Just, rock your body. This is going to be a dance class classic if your dance teacher is problematic.
Or just doesn't know.
By the end, the chorus is so long. By the end of the song, I was just getting...
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna never remember that song ever in my life. I'll never hear it again.
Okay.
And I'll make sure of it.
Oh, hopefully you'll never hear it again. What if it's huge?
Oh, then I guess I'll suffer in silence.
Or what if and the teacher doesn't know about Chris Brown? He's one of the only people that doesn't know Chris Brown beat a woman. Okay. All right, I'm gonna stop going. I'm gonna stop going in that direction and go to the next song. Another great outro.
I really would like for this song to just end right now.
So that was the 9th track, Tempo. Very important lesson from Chris Brown to switch it up. You can't do when you're laying pipe. You can't do the same tempo, the same thrust. You need to change it, and it's actually important. He could have even said that even more explicitly. Switch up the tempo when I have sex with you, something like that. I like a minute and a half into this, I was like, what the? This has only been 90 seconds of this song, and then it keeps going. And we were also talking towards the end how there's no verse. It goes according to Rap Genius. I mean, I wasn't tracking it meticulously, but there's a second verse, and then it's pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, pre-chorus, chorus, outro. And there's not a lot of switching up in those sections. It's just, can I switch up the tempo? And then at the end, they had they pitch shifted it down. Switch it up. Not very important. We don't need to listen to it even more. Like, the song has been going on forever already.
Yeah. Oh God. I'm looking forward to hearing the next track because I'm a big fan of Dej Loaf.
Okay, so let's go to the next one.
Wow.
So that was track 10, Handle It, featuring Dej Loaf and Lil Yachty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, I
enjoyed that.
That chorus just... There's so much of it. So much of it.
Wait, but they were all like kind of joint choruses. So you only hear Chris Brown solo, like what, his first verse?
Yeah.
For some of it.
You kind of forget. Yeah. You kind of forget he's supposed to be
even that verse is kind of a dual verse. So you kind of forget almost Chris Brown's first part. I actually really loved his verse. He actually sounded drunk. He kind of had that, like, the vocal stylings of someone who's like looking into the air and yelling. I kind of actually liked the first half of his verse a lot. It was pretty fun. And then Dej Loaf, she's amazing.
And Lil Yachty's real bad.
You thought so? I don't know. He handled his business. You don't like his other stuff, or?
No, I'm not a big fan. But in his verse, well, there's a line on here where I think my man's kink shaming, dude.
Oh.
Because he can give a fuck about your fetish. How dare he?
Yeah, so, I don't know. That's kind of a fun track.
Yeah, wasn't that bad.
All right, next track. Okay, I forgot to mention on the last song, um, she says, "I'm a heavyweight. Don't ever call me Mayweather. I can do it better," which is um, interesting too, because it's kind of funny because it's like Mayweather is actually really good, so you probably should say you're not Mayweather. But also, Mayweather doesn't drink, so he's not only is he a smaller fighter, he's a teetotaler. So
I was about to say he also is not a heavyweight.
yeah, I think that was the main thrust
So you
of the.
don't call her Mayweather because he's not a heavyweight, and he's not a heavyweight. So she doesn't want you calling her Mayweather.
Yeah. Yeah, actually,
I see you, Dej. I see you.
So, but this one, the 11th track. Wait, no, this is
This is the 11th track. Yeah.
that was it. That was Sip. Oh, okay. Because Sip, Handle It. It sounds kind of. It sounds like they're both about drinking. Yeah. So this was Sip. You know. Wait, let's see.
There's a lot of attention drawn to pulling aside the panties on.
Yeah, not wearing any clothes. Which, listen, Chris Brown, like this is, like telling a woman like, oh, it doesn't matter what you wear, you should be naked. I mean, that's, you should only take that so far because women, they self presentation. You should notice that your woman is trying and she takes pride in her appearance and how she puts herself together. So you can't just always be like, oh, well, I just want to see you. Oh, I don't care if you're wearing Prada or a very nicely put together thrifted outfit.
It's just a tale of the dude who's trying to, get it.
Yeah, he just wants her. So this one, he says he's not into foreplay. He's saying like it's so hot, we don't even need foreplay.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
what about 12 play?
You were all about 12 play earlier. Doesn't even want any clothes there to be stripped off.
Yeah. He's just
What's happening, Chris?
Insert immediately. Next track. Oh, love the classic theme. Okay, that was the 11th. Everybody knows. Kind of more angry track. I kind of like that two couplet on the chorus. Everybody knows about you, and they shouldn't fucking know about you. It's very mean, but
the man's heartbroken. He caught his girl cheating. How dare she?
He made her important. He put her in the foreign.
And put her in the fucking foreign. How dare she? She was just a girl with the plate three-way.
What does that mean? Plate?
I don't fucking know.
I liked the beat had kind of like this under. I was like, and and then we had a guitar and piano kind of thing, which would fit great if this were the 8th track on a 15-track album, but it's the 12th track on a 45-track album. But yeah, he's getting a little musical. Let's go to the next track. The 13th track, To My Bed. I love that, like, that's that sample. That's from the, like, that song? What song is that? Genius didn't, you don't know what song? Oh, the like, the sample that's, like, all throughout that's, like, yeah, like that one? You know the sample I'm talking about, right?
I have no clue what you're talking.
It's like a dance song. It goes like, right. I'm really bad. Every time I try to sing a song, no one knows what I'm talking about. But anyway, our listeners will, if any of them will recognize it. I mean, it's not even mentioned on Genius, but it's a sample. It's like the actual the actual track. It's like 2 sounds repeated, and they just grabbed one of them, which is like that yelp, and they repeated it throughout the track. It's really awesome. I actually really like that. Yeah, Genius doesn't even point it out, so maybe people haven't figured it out. I'll have to go on Who Sampled or something. More interpretation of Nice and Slow. I was glancing at his wiki, and he idolized Usher, obviously. He's like, we're almost the same age, so it would make sense. I grew up listening to Usher a lot. So yeah, we're not gonna make it to the bed because we're so horny.
You're just too damn horny.
I'm
just feeling it.
Dude,
You don't have to worry about the panties. You just got to push them to the side anyway.
Yeah.
And we're not making it to my mattress because apparently he's only got a mattress, which I can totally respect. I only had a mattress for a long time as well.
Yeah, when you have to do it with a girl on your mattress on the floor, it's not the best. And yeah, that song was so fucking long. Like they shouldn't at like 2:30. I was like, all right, this is a nice little neat song. And then he does another chorus, another verse, and then there's another 30-second outro.
Yeah,
I mean,
unreal.
They should have once they put together all these songs, just fucking let's edit it down a little bit to trim this. Even just individually as a song, it could have been shortened, but just in the context of this epic 45-track album, you definitely could have shortened the song. There's no one else on it. Just we have two verses of Chris Brown, and we get it. We're not gonna make it to the mattress. That's it.
We get it. You said it. We know how horny you are based upon the previous 12 tracks. So.
Okay. Next track. That was the 14th track.
Oh.
Hope You Do, Oh Baby. Oh, wait, no. Hope You Do. I don't know. I think I wrote Oh Baby because he starts by saying Oh Baby. He's very in love with his voice at the beginning of the track. And this is just like the other one. I wrote down exactly when it should have ended, around 2:50 to 3 minutes. And I think it went to 4:41. Way too shaved off a minute and a half there. More interpolation of Come Through. Like, did these songwriters even try? Or
dude, I don't...
do people always experiment with interpolations in the studio and maybe throw them out before they actually put out the songs? I don't know.
When we making love, girl, I just might take the rubber off. That's a good one.
When he said "Cry Me a River," I seriously thought he was gonna go into Justin Timberlake and just make this a mishmash of different songs that he did not write. It's like a lot of people making hay out of this, Kevin Little and Usher and Jack. How do you pronounce it? Jackie? Whoever wrote Come Through. Around when I wrote down that it should have been ending around 2:41, his singing at that part is really good. It would have been good to go do that as an outro instead of doing another verse and then an outro and then a beat breakdown where it goes I do like to listen to Chris Brown singing. He's not too in love with his rapping on this one. But when he tries to do singing, it works out.
I mean, the thing about all of these songs, right, is that they're good songs, they're good enough. If I wrote this song, I'd be like, wow, I really did this. I wrote this song, but in this case, I'm just like, God damn it, man! Who wrote this song?
I thought it was done pretty well. Except for the interpolation.
He ain't no swimmer.
Yeah, all the water getting to me too. I guess that's one of the themes, starting with Juicy Booty, just very wet women. Just, I bet all the music videos, the women are just drenched.
Hey man, you're dealing with Breezy. You're probably sopping.
All right, next track. We are a third of the way through. That was the 15th track. This ain't so bad so far.
This ain't loving, baby. Shoot. An honest assessment of a casual, fun situation.
Well, it doesn't sound like it's fun.
The words that he's basically saying what I've tried to say, but far less eloquently.
Well, you didn't have to rhyme when you said it. Or sound cool. You've had to say this?
No, never. Not really. No.
You're just making up.
I'm gonna go on record and say no, I haven't ever.
Okay.
Never, ever, because I'm a caring lover.
You're always going for the relationship. Always trying to.
Yeah, I'm.
Lock it down. Yeah, this track. The instrumental on here is pretty cool. And the song kind of breaks down in the middle and goes very quiet. Then it comes back. It's kind of to me, it's more of an indie R&B move, but Chris Brown can't really pull it off. He comes back and his voice, it's all like mouth. It's all high. Whereas I feel like if this was The Weeknd or something, they could do the more cooing register, and when the song goes out and they have to like coax it back up, they can kind of do that. Whereas Chris Brown, it seems like he's always 100% this really like overpowering like but he can't modulate that.
All I have to say is that actually a good amount happened within the song, and it all managed to happen in about a minute and a half less than it is attempted in other
And even when it
songs.
broke down, you could have ended it there too. And just maybe had a little bit. But yeah, I do like the length of the song as well. Next track. That was 16. Pull Up. Finally, a concise song. Tyrone, what were you laughing at?
Well, I was laughing at the line, a couple linglings, I fuck with the Asians. That's what I was losing it over.
Yeah. Kind of a trap style beat. Some stuttering synth hits. Yeah, there was one point where he did like a Rihanna style. Whoa! He kind of did a Rihanna style yelp, and it didn't work. It didn't fit him. Or maybe I'm just comparing it to Rihanna. Maybe he did it at a level 8, and Rihanna is a level 10 at it, and I think he sucks at it. But it was, yeah, not. Yeah, Pull Up On Ya. It shares a title with Charlie XCX. We went. I'm gonna say Charlie XCX has a better pull up.
I just couldn't get over how lazy it sounded after a little bit. Well, at least the chorus did. I was just like, wow, man, you're putting no effort into this. Maybe get rid of this one.
That was a 20th track, No Exit.
Dude, I really like that one.
Really?
It was a nice change of pace. It wasn't so bad. I feel like I felt like I should like play in a movie like Coyote Ugly or some shit. Some kind of like aerial view, the sun setting.
Yes, with
somber notes.
Yeah, the drone shot sweeping over the road.
Maybe the ending credits. Let's be honest, dude. You could call the movie, be like No Exit. Boom.
You're into the low peep lately, the alt rock.
Yeah, seriously though.
Yeah. What did I write? Oh, all I wrote was guitar on the notes. So
there was a guitar.
Yeah. So he's committed. No exit. Ta-da.
There ain't no exit for him.
Let's exit this discussion and go to the next song. So that was track 21, Pills and Automobiles, featuring Yo Gotti, A Boogie with the Hoodie, or I think he's A Boogie now, just A Boogie, and Kodak Black, or Bodak Clack, as it were. Got Chris Brown singing. He's imitating people who sing that can't, like people who are bad singers but cover with auto-tune and enthusiasm. And he's basically imitating that style and pretending he can't sing, and it sounds really bad. The chorus is just wet all over. Don't know what that is. Two kind of verses, and then Kodak Black, who's awesome. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, Kodak's verse is good, as expected.
Yeah. He stretches reckless into 3 syllables at the end. Reckless. Yeah, next track. That was the 22nd track, Hurt the... don't know why the song needs to exist. It's one interesting aspect. He says, "You kept me in the dark painting pictures." Chris Brown is a painter. I saw the other day someone tweeted this picture of Chris Brown's paintings. They look like someone who's really into Basquiat, and also I don't know, toys, just stupid shit. Like kind of.
I didn't know he was a painter. So
Yeah, he's a painter. The person who tweeted, "Brown's one of the top 5 most talented people alive. The rest of my list: Jamie Foxx, Will Smith, some other fucking." Not that I mean, Jamie Foxx is super talented.
I mean, yeah, he's talented.
I don't know if you want to put Chris Brown in there just because he paints.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. What else about this song?
He started to try to rap again, and that was not good.
Yep, he's rapping.
We didn't need that third verse. We could just live the rest of our lives knowing that we had living better lives with knowing that didn't need to exist.
Yeah, I mean, he's not. He keeps rapping. You don't need 3 verses. 3 verses of Chris Brown rapping. Also, the songs where there's rappers, he doesn't even need to rap. You have Kodak Black on your song. You don't rap. You don't need a verse. All right, next song. That was 23. Yeah, I Love Her. Finally, a short song. Short enough. Good amount. Good amount of song there. 2:19. I liked when he says, "I've been a sucker for love. Gotta let it go. Gotta let it go." It was pretty good.
He's got a strong dance hall vibe here.
Yeah, back to the dance hall. Back to Kingston.
Me gonna deal with fuck freaky just paper, I believe.
I try to look up if he has Caribbean ancestry or anything like that. I will report back. I'll keep looking. Do you know? Or is it just
no, not him.
He's inspired by the culture. I know recently
paying homage.
I know recently someone told what's the guy that used to sing on Kanye songs all the time?
Kid Cudi.
Cudi, yeah.
Fantano. Yeah, Fantano criticized his latest record for having those sorts of influences, and then he clapped back saying that he's Pacific Islander.
Yeah, that clap. I want to sample that clap back on
He's an Islander guy.
track. So let's see. Let's look it up, and if not, we'll tell Fantano on him. Be like, hey, you can safely criticize him about this.
I've been trying to find who painted his album art.
Maybe it was him. Maybe he painted it.
That's what I'm trying to find. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find, but I can't.
We'll look that up in between songs. So that was You Like, the 24th song on the album, but I actually didn't note because I was just looking at my iTunes. We're actually in disc 2 of
Did that start it?
Heartbreak on a Full Moon.
Or You Like started it?
Yep. With I Love Her.
That's a weak disc opener as well. What the fuck?
I know, I thought so. It was kind of like it was kind of declaring that this disc doesn't matter. I feel like if that's the first song you put on it. So yeah, this was the second one. This song fucking sounds like a bunch of songs that I can't name, but I've heard a million times.
It sounds like a Halsey song.
Okay.
Or a Chainsmokers song.
Right.
I felt like I was walking around in H&M the entire time.
Mm-hmm. We had the low pass filter, and then it was building to a drop, but then just nothing happened. And it's just like, you expect something exciting to happen, but it's like, more Chris Brown now. So they didn't even use the moves that they could have used. Then they used the echo, typical, I don't even know, EDM move.
Strong EDM
It's
vibes.
another track on this album. We're in disc 2.
I feel like I've been sent
let's
that
go to
song
next.
from a person at work that loves EDM.
Oh yeah?
I've definitely
I
heard
feel like
that
it would-
song before but in a different form, I'm sure.
Yes, yeah. So this next one, according to Wikipedia, is written just by Chris Brown, whereas a lot of the tracks have a lot of co-writers. Let's see if it's on the personal side. So that was Nowhere, track 25. Kind of had in a few of the inflection of Michael Jackson vibe, but overall,
I felt it was like that and Father Figure by George Michael. Kind of
yeah.
weird.
But I feel like overall it sounded like a turn of the century buzz ballad. I can't think of the songs I'm thinking of, but like they were like bouncing around in my head. Especially like the "Got Me Going Round," like that sounds like some, you know.
Oh man, I just had something hit my head. And
Yeah, right. It's
like a name for that.
echoes of worst music gone by. Yeah. Let's move on. So that was other. Was the title in my version?
Is that what the title is on your version? Just other?
No, mine is other N asterisk 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 AS. I was just saying audio because I have the clean version. It's there's nothing. I never hear the N word. The sample on this is Ammunition by Ye Ali, and it sounded so familiar. I think it was on Future. I think that's that 6 minute track, which is like my favorite off when he put out Future and Hendrix. But that was a really recent song, so I hope that's not the same sample because just someone else did it. But I feel like that's a lot of this album. It's just like, we made this, let's put it on here. Let's not think too hard about what actually constitutes this and where it fits in the context of.
Probably somebody hummed something while they were sitting around and decided to write a really whatever song.
Well, no, I mean it's a sample, so
they didn't have to write any songs.
They could have just been like, we made the song and someone else used the same sample, so let's not put it out. But they're like, we'll put it out anyway. Let's keep going. Oops. Okay, that was Tough Love. Love is hard. And this is more like, literally like love is tough. It's not easy. That's a little anti-poetic, but that's where Chris Brown decided to go.
There was an exhaling sound, and I thought it was you, but I was like, wait, no, he's doing it like somewhat on the beat. It can't be Frank. Exhaling very sensually in the background. That was track 28, man, or 27.
20, Tough Love. I'm trying to vibe out. Can you feel that? Send a text. Tell me, did you read that? Making me want to reach back. That's it, right? That's it. Boy Wonder produced this. Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, it's not as bombastic as like other Boy Wonder tracks.
Let's go to the next track now. We'll be right back on Chris Brown Radio. Paradise, the 28th track on Heartbreak on a Full Moon. Chris Brown, well, when you get a song called Paradise, you're in for something. It's it's every artist needs to have their take on Paradise.
And this was actually about falling out of paradise.
It's falling out of paradise. It's biblical. Maybe another woman represents the forbidden apple. And that Chris Brown and his girl out of paradise fell out of paradise. Now all I do is cry. Chris Brown, he really did it. He really did that shit.
Are the songs like divided up purposely, and from like the first batch of songs were like super sexual?
We're getting into the more melancholy part.
Mm-hmm.
I think part 2 or the second disc is a more melancholy vibe. So, I mean, it's good at least because I did feel the first. I was trying to make connections in the first disc and I couldn't really make any. There were some songs that were grouped by sort of a similar vibe, but really it just seemed like a bunch of songs. But the other thing is that if you actually do group some songs by by their subject and their 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 place in the narrative arc, you just have a bunch of songs that are about the same shit. So we've had now like 6 sad songs. Well, we had "I Love Her," which is like I can't get away from her. Then it's I feel like I think "Nowhere" was like sad and like she's going away. Now this is like after the relationship. Let's see where it evolves.
So we heard "Our Bullet with Butterfly Wings" on the first disc, and now it's time for 1979 on the second.
Covered in You, the 29th track on "Heartbreak on a Full Moon." If we're tracking the thematic shifts, I feel like this is a wiser man who's learned how to handle a woman, and through the turbulence of a relationship, and then it also goes back to the earlier theme of women being very wet. But now he's ready to handle it. He's like she has lovies, and then I don't know, he's like sandbagging her, if sandbagging was a positive term.
Was it just me, or does it seem as though the register in which Chris Brown was trying to sing in the chorus is not one he can pull off very well?
I think I didn't notice it too. I didn't know that it was like egregiously bad, but you might be right.
That's all I could think of, because the thing to do on this record is, if not extend the chorus, include the chorus 2 more times after a pre-chorus, and then a short verse. So I just, every time I'd hear the chorus, it was...
You mean when he was saying "Covered in You," like that part?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little high for him.
A little rough. Maybe take this one off too.
This
in addition to maybe 10 other songs.
This is kind of clinical. He almost sounds like a doctor. Hold on to me tight, and if you feel any pressure, that's like something you hear from doctors a lot. That's all right. There's a leak in your lovey. Yeah. It sounds like he's like examining her with tongs. Hold on. And I'm prepared if it breaks, baby. And also, when he said, when was it in the chorus?
Never been scared to get wet.
Baby, I'll be covered in you. Wait, no.
Go ahead and drench me with your body.
Yeah, till I'm covered, baby, covered in you. The way he was saying "baby" sounded like "pee-pee." So it sounded like he was saying "pee-pee," and "pee-pee," and I'll be covered in you, and it'll be okay.
Me with your body.
Go ahead and drench me with your body, pee-pee. Next track, the 30th track.
Woo-wee.
Okay, we just listened to the 30th song, "Even." Remember the time Michael Jackson sang that song? That is a different song than this one and better?
Or, also known as "Remember the Time."
This album should be called "Chris Brown Interpolates the Hits." I don't remember the time I listened to that song, but I know something happened. I'm swiping through Tinder during the songs and just trying to use my likes, and I still haven't used all my likes. We've been recording for like 4 hours. Or no.
Are you? Wow, you must be, either you're really picky or you're paying for Tinder Premium, dude. Which is it?
I feel like I'm pickier than most people. People have seen me swipe and they've said, "Oh wait, what? You did that so quick? You left swipe so quick," and I'm like, "Oh no, I can tell. I know who I like." Are you gonna be swiping when you visit a couple weeks from now?
Yeah, I was thinking about just throwing down the $10 or however much it costs, and making an investment.
I did that when
just swiping.
Well, I did that when I went to Montreal. It may be worth it. Oh, you know what we could do? We could do I think they have it city by city, so they probably don't have it in Albuquerque, but you can do group swiping, so we can pair up.
Oh, I've done that before.
Oh yeah, and did you actually go on a date?
Well, we didn't like go on a date. Like, luckily, I was hanging out with two dudes who were like far more attractive than I, and I'm just like the funny friend or whatever. But we actually did meet up with a group of girls like downtown at a bar.
Oh,
And
nice.
I was like, this sucks, dude.
How many women was it?
It was there were three of us and four of them.
Okay. Maybe we can do that and report back to the listener.
Yeah, we'll have a bonus fan like a premium episode outlining our nights on the town.
Hell yeah.
So subscribe to us on Patreon.
So that was You Like, the 24th song on the album, but I actually didn't note because I was just looking at my iTunes. We're actually in disc 2 of
Did that start it?
Heartbreak on a Full Moon.
Or like You Like started it?
Yep. With I Love Her.
That's a weak disc
and,
opener as well. What the fuck?
I know, I thought so. It was kind of like it was kind of declaring that this disc doesn't matter. I feel like if that's the first song you put on it. So yeah, this was the second one. This song fucking sounds like a bunch of songs that I can't name, but I've heard a million times.
It sounds like a Halsey song.
Okay.
Or a Chainsmokers song.
Right.
I felt like I was walking around in H&M the entire time.
Mm-hmm. We had the low pass filter, and then it was building to a drop, but then just nothing happened, and it's just like you expect something exciting to happen, but it's like more Chris Brown now. So they didn't even use the moves that they could have used. Then they used the echo, typical I don't even know, EDM move.
Strong EDM.
It's
vibes.
another track on this album. We're in disc 2.
I feel like I've been sent
let's
that
go to
song
next.
from a person at work that loves EDM.
Oh yeah.
I've definitely
I
heard
feel
that
like
song before but in a different form, I'm sure.
Yes, yeah. So this next one, according to Wikipedia, is written just by Chris Brown, whereas a lot of the tracks have a lot of co-writers. Let's see if it's on the personal side. So that was Nowhere, track 25. Kind of had in a few of the inflection of Michael Jackson vibe, but overall,
I felt it was like that and Father Figure by George Michael.
yeah.
Weird.
But I feel like overall it sounded like a turn of the century buzz ballad. I can't think of the songs I'm thinking of, but like they were like bouncing around in my head, especially like the "Got Me Going Round." Like that sounds like some.
Oh man, I just had something hit my head.
Yeah, right. It's
like a name to that.
echoes of worst music gone by. Yeah. Let's move on. So that was Other. Was the title in my version?
Is that what the title is on your version? Just Other?
No, mine is Other N asterisk 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 AS. I was just saying audio because I have the clean version. It's there's nothing. I never hear the N word. The sample on this is Ammunition by Ye Ali, and it sounded so familiar. I think it was on Future. I think that's that 6-minute track, which is like my favorite off when he put out Future and Hendrix. But that was a really recent song, so I hope that's not the same sample because just someone else did it. But I feel like that's a lot of this album. It's just like, we made this, let's put it on here. Let's not think too hard about what actually constitutes this and where it fits in the context of.
Probably somebody hummed something while they were sitting around and decided to write a really whatever song.
Well, no, I mean it's a sample, so
they didn't have to write any songs.
They could have just been like, we made the song and someone else used the same sample, so let's not put it out. But they're like, we'll put it out anyway. Let's keep going. Okay, that was Tough Love. Love is hard. And this is more like literally like love is tough. It's not easy. Um, that's a little anti-poetic, but that's where Chris Brown decided to go.
There was an exhaling sound, and I thought it was you, but I was like, wait, no, he's doing it like somewhat on the beat. It can't be Frank. Exhaling very sensually in the background. That was track 28, man, or 27.
20 Tough Love. I'm trying to vibe out. Can you feel that? Send a text. Tell me, did you read that? Making me want to reach back. That's it, right? That's it. Boy Wonder produced this. Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, it's not as bombastic as like other Boy Wonder tracks.
Let's go to the next track now. We'll be right back on Chris Brown Radio. Paradise, the 28th track on Heartbreak on a Full Moon. Chris Brown, well, you know, when you get a song called Paradise, you know you're in for something. It's it's every artist needs to have their take on Paradise.
And this was actually about falling out of paradise.
It's falling out of paradise. It's biblical. Maybe another woman represents the forbidden apple. And that, Chris Brown and his girl out of paradise. Fell out of paradise, now all I do is cry. Yeah, Chris Brown, he really did it. He really did that shit.
Are the songs like divided up purposely? And from like you know, the first batch of songs were like super sexual?
We're getting into the more melancholy part.
Mm-hmm.
I think part two or the second disc is a more melancholy vibe. So, I mean, it's good at least because I did feel the first. I was trying to make connections in the first disc and I couldn't really make any. There were some songs that were grouped by sort of a similar vibe, but really it just seemed like a bunch of songs. But the other thing is that if you actually do group some songs by their subject and their place in the narrative arc, you just have a bunch of songs that are about the same shit. So we've had now like 6 sad songs. Well, we had I Love Her, which is like I Can't Get Away From Her. Then it's I felt like I think Nowhere was like sad and like she's going away. Now this is like after the relationship. Let's see where it evolves.
So we heard Our Bullet with Butterfly Wings on the first disc. And now it's time for 1979 on the second.
Covered in You, the 29th track on Heartbreak on a Full Moon. If we're tracking the thematic shifts, I feel like this is a wiser man who's learned how to handle a woman, and you know through the turbulence of a relationship, and then it also goes back to the earlier theme of women being very wet, but now he's ready to handle it. He's like she has lovies, and then I don't know, he's like sandbagging her, if sandbagging was a positive term.
Was it just me, or does it seem as though the register in which Chris Brown was trying to sing in the chorus is not one he can pull off very well?
I think I didn't notice it too. I didn't note that it was like egregiously bad, but you might be right.
That's all I could think of, because the thing that do on this record is, if not extend the chorus, include the chorus 2 more times after a pre-chorus, and then a short verse. So I just, every time I'd hear the chorus, it was...
You mean when he was saying "Covered in You," like that part?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little high for him.
A little rough. Maybe take this one off too.
This
in addition to maybe 10 other songs.
This is kind of clinical. He almost sounds like a doctor hold on to me tight, and if you feel any pressure, that's like something you hear from doctors a lot. That's all right. That's all right. There's a leak in your levy.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's like examining her with tongs. Hold on. And I'm prepared if it breaks, baby. And also, when he said, when was it in the chorus?
Never been scared to get wet.
Baby, I'll be covered in you. Wait, no.
Go ahead and drench me with your body.
Yeah, till I'm covered, baby, covered in you. The way he was saying baby sounded like pee-pee. So it sounded like he was saying pee-pee, and I'll be covered in you, and it'll be okay.
Me with your body.
Go ahead and drench me with your body. Pee-pee. Next track, the 30th track.
Woo-wee.
Okay, we just listened to the 30th song, Even. Remember the time Michael Jackson sang that song? That is a different song than this one and better?
Or, also known as Remember the Time.
This album should be called Chris Brown Interpolates the Hits. I don't remember the time I listened to that song. I know something happened. I'm swiping through Tinder during the songs and just trying to use my likes, and I still haven't used all my likes. We've been recording for like 4 hours. Or no.
Are you? Wow, you must be either you're really picky or you're paying for Tinder Premium, dude. Which is it?
I feel like I'm pickier than most people. People have seen me swipe and they've said, "Oh wait, what? You did that so quick? You left swipe so quick," and I'm like, "Oh no, I can tell. I know who I like." Are you gonna be swiping when you visit a couple weeks from now?
Yeah, I was thinking about just throwing down the $10 or however much it costs and making an investment.
I did that when
just swiping.
Well, I did that when I went to Montreal. It may be worth it. Oh, you know what we could do? We could do I think they have it city by city, so they probably don't have it in Albuquerque, but you can do group swiping. So we can pair up.
Oh, I've done that before.
Oh yeah, and did you actually go on a date?
Well, we didn't go on a date. Luckily I was hanging out with two dudes who were far more attractive than I, and I'm just the funny friend or whatever. But we actually did meet up with a group of girls downtown at a bar.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, this sucks, dude.
How many women was it?
It was there were 3 of us and 4 of them.
Okay. Maybe we can do that and report back to the listener.
Yeah, we'll have a bonus a premium episode outlining our nights on the town.
Hell yeah!
So subscribe to us on Patreon.
So that's a 30-second track, High End, featuring Future and Young Thug. And when I first heard the song, I was like, Future and Young Thug, they continue to not be as good as before. Now, it's such a breath of fresh air. I fucking loved it. When Chris Brown came in after Future, my spirit sank.
And then you were brought back up.
Yeah, then I was brought back up. Awesome to hear the Pluto shout-outs from It Takes Me Back to 2012. I just met the owners of Chanel and Dior because they said I spent too much money in the stores. That's pretty cool.
Not much else to say, man. Thugger's verse was really, really nice. I liked the inflections on that line about I ain't gonna stand no scene. I let my lawyer handle that. I don't know why. I really like that. The way it flowed off the tongue. It's unfortunate that it's 31 tracks in.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Next one. 30-second track on Heartbreak on a Full Moon was On Me. It reminded me of the... Didn't he snuck in a lyric for Double Mint Gum? It was double the pleasure, double the fun, or whatever. There's not much else to say.
Dude, this pre-chorus happens so many times.
It's pretty short though for 2.5 minutes. Yeah, for this album. Put It All on Me. I mean, what is? I don't know. Whatever. I don't have anything to say about this.
He just wants you to lay it down all on him, which he said in different ways.
Yeah.
Many tracks before this one.
Yeah. Next one. You were laughing, I presume, because he said you're flowing like a waterfall or something like that.
I be paint inside her walls also.
More moisture, water related metaphors. There's a saxophone. There should be 300% more saxophone and negative 250% Chris Brown on this. I think that would make this track amazing.
Oh man, when that last chorus kicked in.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah. And then he started just, it's like, all right, we can end this,
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I wanted to make an alternative track list. So I was writing down the songs that would be worth having on an album, and I was like, you know what? It started pretty well. So I thought, we could get an actual album's worth of songs out of this. But the album just beat me into the ground so much, and there stopped being good songs. So I stopped after I had 2 Privacy, 6 Roses, and I stopped after that. So we're now on track 34, and I'm giving up on the idea that we can edit this into an actual usable thing. I mean, maybe it could be edited, but
good album.
I don't have the energy to try to help him with that. That should have been done long ago by the professionals.
It's insane. Just the absolute mediocre nature of a lot of these tracks thus far.
This is a double disc record, 45 Chris Brown songs.
Mm-hmm.
The album is named after the best song, in my opinion, on the album, which is Heartbreak on a Full Moon. But I mean, maybe if they had tried to build the sound around that song, you could have come out with something. But it seems like they just made that by mistake, and then they just kept making Chris Brown songs. And then they put together a bunch of Chris Brown songs, and they chose the title from the best song, and they put Future and Gucci Mane and Young Thug on it, and I don't understand why it's 45 tracks. I don't get it.
Yeah, this record is about. It's about 26 minutes longer than All Eyes on Me, and 48 minutes longer than Life After Death.
Yeah.
I just got super curious. This is way too long.
Let's move on. Frustration. Taurus in the Wild. This is for people who love astrology. They want to dance. He should make an astrology album. It'd be shorter than this, and people would relate to it more than he should make an astrology album. Just Capricorn, people would be into that. All EDM, cover all the signs. I didn't even write notes for this. It's too long. Yeah. Yeah, I'm also frustrated.
What the fuck? Hold on.
Yeah?
Because I was curious as to why a Taurus is referenced as being frustrated in the wild. And now I'm looking up Chris Brown's astrological sign.
I mean, by Taurus he means...
I'm wondering if that's like a personality trait of a Taurus.
No, I think he's trying to say it's a bull. He's like a bull frustrated in the wild, but he's just saying Taurus for some reason.
Because the songwriter decided to use that instead of something else.
Well, yeah, let's find out what his star sign is. I mean, if it's not Taurus, then I feel like he's just using that instead of saying bull.
I know Rihanna is a Pisces. He is a Taurus. He's born under a new moon in Taurus.
Oh, there you go.
Well, shit, dude.
Wow. Okay, let's move on to the next song.
Is this his pop punk? Like, is this his Linkin Park
This
song?
is his Lil Peep song. That was Enemy, the 35th track.
Oh, wow.
On Heartbreak on a Full Moon, the 2017 double disc album by Chris Brown. We're here talking. It's
There's
me.
some Scott Storch production on that one.
Oh, yes. You were saying it was
The man who did Candy Shop and Lean Back.
you were saying it was pop punk.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to be. And then you more appropriately dropped the Lil Peep reference as well.
I mean, I think what they were thinking of was Pink or Eminem, the like epic comeback rap is what I would call it, maybe.
Mm-hmm. His redemption song of sorts.
Mm-hmm. And I'm starting to get frustrated with Chris Brown's lack of range.
Yeah. That showed a lot in this song.
Mm-hmm. This song would be awesome if Pink had accepted it. Maybe she like rejected it or something, and they got to Chris Brown. Yeah, it's oh my God, the beginning. You have the guitars, the rising guitars, and you have Chris Brown say, "Pain is growth." Yeah, all right. Wow, that's gonna be. I bet that's all over Instagram. Like, Chris Brown gym pics with the pain is growth. And the impact. I wish I could go back and undo what I've done. But that's impossible.
Oh, are you reading the lyrics, or are you expressing your thoughts about this album right now?
I am reading the lyrics. That really bothered me because it's like, you only need to say, "I wish I could go back," because if you're wishing you could do it, if you could do it, you would have done it. So you don't need to say that's impossible. I try not to like nitpick, pop songs a ton, but I've been listening to Chris Brown for like 4 hours, and there's nothing else. There's nothing else for me to concentrate on, and I've heard every possible inflection in his, I think, very limited vocal range. And so, yes, we know it's impossible, or else he would have done it because he said he wanted to do it. Let's move on, shall we?
Oh, wow. Yes, let's please.
Yes, that was a 36 track, If You're Down.
Wow.
So I guess this is a soaring pop-spiration section of the album. This song sounds like any other song you've heard in this very specific genre. It might get played on the radio, it might not.
I highly doubt it will.
It would.
Let's be honest.
Why? No, it sounds like songs that get played. They could get played.
I feel like this is a song that would pop up on my little sister's Discover Weekly playlist on Spotify.
If you're down, I'm down. It's like, yeah. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to it.
Down.
It's music.
I am
yeah.
down to listen to this.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like any other song in that sounds like this. It sounds like other songs. Why Chris Brown wants to do this? What is his motivation? We can't know. Who boy. I had something else to say about this. Do you have anything to say about this song?
No, I just want to note that you like screamed before the chorus kicked in one last time.
Yeah. It's getting to me. We have less than 10 songs to go. Let's do this. 7th track, Bite My Dog. Sounds like yeah, I mean the sounds are pretty basic. It's pretty dare say I'm not gonna use that word, but
It sounds very stock, very much stock, if you will.
Stock and trade. This is Chris Brown doing music. Okay, we're recording. So our take on we had some audio issues. Bite My Tongue, stock, generic, It's music. It's a studio music, major label
3 minutes.
release. It's three. Wait, no, it wasn't three. Oh, it was 3 minutes. It was a merciful 3 minutes. Next song. That was Nobody Safe, right?
That is it, sir. That is the name of the song.
No, that wasn't it. Is it This Way?
No, that was Runaway, actually.
Oh, wait. Oh, that was... The one we just listened to is Runaway.
Yeah. I can tell you, I've heard songs named Runaway that are much better than this one.
Yeah, you know what it made me think of? It's, he says, don't shoot, ain't nobody safe. I'm trying to raise the specter of, injustice and how you have a love in that. But, when it gets down to it, the song is basically about still a one-to-one relationship. I was kind of thinking about how, like, his idol, MJ, has, the song is like, they don't really care about us. All I'm really saying is, they don't really, and there's attempt at that in at any social commentary in 45 tracks or 41 so far, or 38 so far.
It's crazy that this is the only one on the album, the proper album.
Yeah,
he's been too busy policing wet vaginas.
I was just gonna leave the commentary to Kai, your girl, on Genius. This song is how Chris comes with an idea to run away because of all these cases with police brutality. He wants to run away before it's too late, and he is another case of getting shot by a police. All right, Kai, thanks. We're gonna leave you there and go to the next song. Tyrone?
Yo.
So that was 39. This way. More interpolation, this time of Dungeon Family Outcast.
How fucking dare he?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he kind of made it sound like like when people redo songs for commercials, they can't get the rights to the recording, but they can get the rights to the song or something. Maybe that's his future, just remaking popular songs.
Making Radio Shack ads. Yeah.
I'm sorry, making what?
I said making Radio Shack ads. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Reinterpreting stuff for commercialization. Yeah, let's go on to the final song. So we're going to do just the first and the second disc. According to Wikipedia, the last 5 songs are bonus tracks. Don't know why you need bonus tracks on an album this long. So we're just going to finish with the second disc. This last song is called Yellow Tape. Okay, the 18th track of disc 2 of Heartbreak on a Full Moon, Yellow Tape. Written by Chris Brown.
Sure did. I didn't mind this one so much.
Yeah, I mean, in many ways, it's much more evocative than any song we've heard for so far this listening session.
25 tracks.
Yeah, I mean, but then like halfway through, I realized it was kind of low rate Kanye, or
It had like a real, it really did have like a Drake feel to the production, so like a Noah Shabib,
Yeah, well, all the Devil stuff just reminded me of like, Devil in a New Dress and kind of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, taking models to Benihana. That's like something.
Yeah,
Oh, that's kind of like the Cheesecake Factory line Drake has too. This is just second rate, like thoughtful bullshit.
Yeah.
I liked 2 Feet Off the Ground and Why Am I Living Here? Kind of like, yeah.
And at least he knows that God knows that he loves the pussy.
God knows, yeah. Yeah. So we're not going to do the bonus tracks just now. I think we're Chris Browned out, and we're gonna save that for a future episode. Maybe a bonus episode.
That's 2 bonus episodes.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing.
Wait, what was the other one?
I can't remember because that was 40 Chris Brown songs ago.
We talked about doing another bonus episode. Yeah, so 40 Chris Brown songs. I mean, for the listener, we started recording at 3:30, and it's 8 o'clock. So it's been 4.5 hours of trying to do this episode. So yeah, overall, no, Chris Brown, you don't get to make epic albums.
There's no reason for it. I mean, I feel like if you were to choose, and I wish I had been keeping more active notes, but I could maybe say you could produce a decent album if you took maybe 10 tracks from this entire bunch.
I would, at this point, I wouldn't want to listen to a regular Chris Brown album. I probably will never listen to him again.
Yeah, me neither. I wanted to listen to Look at Me Now, and now I don't ever want to hear anything he has to deal with ever. If you want to totally get over any problematic artist over whom you might feel conflicted, maybe this is what you should do, is just listen to a 3-hour block of the recorded output.
Well, no, I think it has to be one work though.
Flowing work.
I mean, I think this he's doing me a favor because I never want to listen to him again. Yeah, we need a 3-hour, a 2.5-hour XXXTentacion album, which I think he has the kind of disposition for that. If any of the listeners, if anyone got to the end of this episode, email me, stitchgangthetour@gmail.com. I will give you something. I'll give you a bottle of legal lean if you made it through and got... So, yeah, all right, I'm ready to not be listening to Chris Brown. Thank you very much, Tyrone, for going through this journey with me.
I feel like we've bonded. We've experienced the same sort of trauma, and we'll forever have this bond. Man. It's like we escaped a shipwreck. Oh
boy! Next week, the autobiography of Gucci Mane, and then you're visiting New York from Albuquerque, and I think we're going to record something. Mm-hmm. We'll figure that out.
Well, that's when we can do the Iggy Azalea episode.
Yeah, that needs back and forth, the visual cues.
We can do another live listen, and it won't be as bad, maybe. Who knows?
Okay, folks. Next week we will see you. Well, maybe not even. I don't even know. I don't know how long it's going to take me to edit this. I will see you in the future. I want to say don't listen to this, but I feel like if I listen to it, I would listen along with it over the course of 5 days or something. Mm-hmm. Don't listen to this album. Well, whatever. You're at the end, so you probably are one of the people who just listen to the podcast. Do not become curious and listen to the album. Do something else with your life. Except maybe listen to Heartbreak on a Full Moon, the song, and then imagine what album could have been made out of that if people had better ideas.
And I'm thinking about past Chris Brown albums I've listened to because of singles, and I feel like those contained way better songs. But at this point, I don't even care. I don't even know who Chris Brown is anymore.
I don't give a fuck about Chris Brown. All right, peace. Stitch Gang out.